Hey everyone, welcome to today's live talk. It's been a while and I'm so glad to be back on live streaming again. So, today we're diving into some of the most frequently asked questions about AI tools and the importance of learning new skills even without chasing certifications and diplomas. So, joining me today is Raza Aziz, a fellow entrepreneur all the way from Toronto, Canada. Hi, Raza.
Hey, how's it going, Julie?
Good, good. How are
I was going to
you?
say it's been a while for me, since I've seen you online here. But
Yes.
then you just introduced yourself. You said you hadn't been here in a while, so I am glad
Yeah.
we're having this conversation.
Yes, and I'm so glad that it's you that is joining me on my first live talk for this year. And I remember last year we did it like October 2023, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and we were like talking. We have to do this like every quarter, and then we were both busy. so, so I'm so glad we can do it right now, right?
Awesome. Yes, absolutely. It's always a pleasure being here and chatting with you.
Awesome. Yeah. So guys, we've received a lot of great questions from you all. So let's get started. We're gonna answer some of your questions. And now, one common worry I hear is, do I need to be tech savvy to use AI tools? What do you think, Raza?
Oh my gosh. AI is such a hot conversation these days. It's like, I saw an abbreviation lately. Of course, it's
Mhm.
AI stands for artificial intelligence, but somebody said we need human intelligence to use artificial intelligence,
Mhm.
right?
Yes,
Because
yes.
I think a lot of, do you need to be, the quite simple answer is no, you don't. That's
Mhm.
why AI tools are there to enhance our life and to make our business or our personal life easy. I'll give you an example. Talking about, I was just last week, I was in Cayman Islands. And when I was there, I thought I bring out my AI friend. Of course,
Mm.
it's a Chat GPT app. Okay.
Okay.
So it's an app on your phone. I
Mhm.
decided I asked ChatGPT. I'm like, ChatGPT, can I call you Jarvis? He's like, call me whatever you want, right? I said, okay. So
Mhm.
I basically turn it on. And while I'm walking to a restaurant, while I was walking to a cafe, I'm having a chat with ChatGPT about Cayman Islands. I'm like, hey, listen, this is my first time here in Cayman Islands. Tell me a little bit about this island and what is the thing that they know. And all I had to do is just press a button on the app
Mhm.
and then press
Mhm.
the headphone button and it start talking. Now, do you need tech skills to do that? I think everybody has these things in their hands these days. And
Yeah.
if you've ever downloaded an app, if you've ever had held a phone in your hand, you can use the AI tools.
Totally agree with that. Well, you don't need to be a programmer or tech expert, right? So yeah, tools like ChatGPT, for example, we like everybody use it, and it's very simple. It's like chatting to a friend, right? And there are others like Canva for design or Metricool for like social media management. So they really have like easy to understand interfaces, so very easy to use. So don't be intimidated, right?
That's right.
So
And Julie, here's what I will add. You don't. A lot of people don't go towards AI tools because they feel like they're not tech savvy. It's not about being
mm,
tech savvy. It is about being savvy. It's just
yeah.
about being savvy of saying that, hey, I wonder if there's a tool for it. My wife and I were having a conversation about something, and she's like, you know what? Let me talk to my AI. And she goes to WhatsApp, and WhatsApp has an AI. Did you
Mhm.
know that? Right? And
I did
people
not
use it.
know that. I've never seen that. Should I automate my replies to my
she is she is a huge fan of WhatsApp
friend?
AI. right?
Wow.
And she, whenever she needs to find some information or something like that, she uses that. Instagram has an AI, Facebook has an AI, Meta has an
Mhm.
AI, like all of this stuff. Artificial intelligence is really, it's not about you being tech savvy, it's about being savvy and being able to ask the
Yes,
right questions so that you can get what you want.
exactly. Yes. And yeah, you can learn these tools at your own pace as well. Just take it step by step. And the important thing is like you experiment. I'm doing like training videos for AI tools, but some people are like texting me like, "Hey, Julie, I have a question for you. I know you're an AI expert, but I'm not an AI expert. I'm just the person who gave time to learn these tools, and they're really user friendly." So,
They
yeah.
are, and that's why,
Mhm.
and the thing is that you don't, most people are, I feel like they're trying to figure out, like, oh my gosh, I got to use this tool and this tool and this tool. No,
Yeah.
Julie, you and I, um, we were talking about Autopod just
Mhm.
before this call. Well, if you're
Mhm.
not into podcast, if you're not into doing broadcasting or anything like that, you don't need to worry about it, right? That kind of thing.
Exactly.
So see
Yeah. Yeah.
what your job is, or what is it that you're looking for, and then see if
Mhm.
there's an AI that supports that. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you're looking at, that to enhance your productivity, to make your time efficient at doing research or whatever. To me, I always call it AI is my research department.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I use it.
Well, that's actually the second frequently asked question. Well, they said, like, how do I get started with AI tools if I've never used them before? So I'd say start with one tool that solves a specific problem, right? So if you're doing like content, content creations, and then start with ChatGPT or Gemini, right? Do you remember Gemini last year? We were talking about it, and we talked about it because of the Google ads. They were like trying to not accept the AI generated content. And we talked about, we envisioned like, oh, maybe they're going to make a new AI tool for them, right? And then Gemini arrived. So, yeah. So
I know.
everybody
Oh,
has,
check this
yeah.
out. But check this out. Exactly with that concept, because one of the biggest challenges that came out with all this AI was that people
Mm-hmm.
were just creating content, or websites were creating content or newsletter, just kind of putting it online. And then
Mm-hmm.
Google started looking at it and saying, like, hey, hold on a second, this is not quality content. And it
Yeah.
started impacting websites ranking. So it's not like you can just automatically go and have AI create content and just post it right away. There has to be
Mm-hmm.
some human intervention. But check this
Mm-hmm.
out. There was another AI created. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's called Untraceable. Okay. So you basically, have you heard of it, Julie?
No, no. Untraceable.
Untraceable.
Tell me about it.
So you can go and create content, let's say through ChatGPT, about something, blah blah blah. You wrote that.
Mhm,
Then you don't want to put it straight onto the website, but let's just say if you don't have the time or energy to put your perspective in the content, which by the way I
mhm,
highly recommend that you do, you can always put it into Untraceable, and Untraceable looks at it and identifies that it's generated by AI, and it
mhm.
rewrites it to un-AI it, humanize it,
Mm. Oh, okay.
gives it to you.
Yes,
Now, the
yes,
question really is, do we trust another AI to humanize the content? That is left
exactly.
to be seen.
It's the same as Metricool. Metricool has like their own AI tool, and then you can humanize, all the content. It's so funny, and then you kept humanizing the content, and
Oh my God.
it became different. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But
So,
again, it goes to show you, Julie, like it goes to show
mhm,
you that there's so much like human intervention needed.
mhm,
Just because you know how to use, let's say, ChatGPT, doesn't mean that you're going to start producing content and it's going to be ranked high on Google. Because as
yeah,
you are getting smarter with AI, other companies and other
Mhm.
AIs are getting smarter too, right? So it's
Mhm.
not just about mass production, it's about making sure that you're leveraging it to enhance yourself.
Mhm.
um, you know, I mean, you can create, a lot of your audience uses social media and to create posts and stuff like that. Canva has a beautiful way for you to be able to generate content and pictures and
Yeah.
cards and all of that stuff for like
Mhm.
30 days in a row kind of things.
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah. Very cool. So, yeah, the next question is, oh, this one is a big one. Should I focus on getting a certificate or is learning new skills enough? What do you think, Raza?
Ah, well, yes, if you want to be a programmer of AI,
Mhm.
sure, yeah, you do need language, coding language that goes into play and all of that stuff, looking at supervised content, unsupervised content, blah, 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 blah. Like you can go down this
Mhm.
this rabbit hole. But no, as a user, for most of us who are, working or building our businesses or whatever it is that we're doing, I think we
Mhm.
can become good users of AI and AI technologies by just learning the interface and how to best use it. I think if there's anything that I would recommend people to do is learn to ask good questions and smart questions.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
true.
my perspective. What do you think, Julie?
Well, I actually love this question because it's so relevant today. Honestly, in most cases, it's much more valuable to focus on learning real and applicable skills than chasing certificates, right? So the world is really changing so fast. And personally, I didn't have a digital marketing degree when I started my business, right? So, but I invested time in learning and practicing the skills that mattered. And today's world, experience and continuous learning are key. And yeah, there are a lot of online courses out there, especially our training system. There's also Coursera, right? And YouTube as well. I also learned from YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to me, and I totally agree with you. I think it's really about one, identifying first of all, why are you learning AI? Like, why?
Yeah.
What's the point? Just
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
everybody's using that term. Secondly, once you know why you're learning it, then you need is like, okay, what resources do I need to use? And I would say
Yeah.
start with YouTube. Start with
Uh-huh.
YouTube. A lot of the high level information that I have learned, I've learned it
Uh-huh.
from YouTube about the tools. um, and if I am going to use a tool, well, if there's a membership or there might be some training videos on it and all of that stuff
Yeah.
like that may come with it, but that's really all we need. I don't recommend people following certifications or anything like that. Like I said, unless you are going to apply for a job at Google and you want to be a programmer of AI and all that stuff, maybe
Uh-huh.
certification
Yeah.
comes in handy, but most users, we don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah, people also ask if I don't have a certificate, how can I prove my skills?
Well, so again, this is such a great question, by the way.
Mhm.
Um, so if you are looking to get skills, that means you're looking to market your skills to somebody,
Mhm.
right? Like,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if you have to prove that you know AI, you're saying I need to get
Mhm.
certificate. But ask yourself this question: what, whoever you're marketing to, what is it
Mhm.
that they are looking for? Like, what is the end result that they want, right? And
Mhm.
then market to that result. You're not marketing yourself that, hey, I know AI and I'm the cheese and I'm this and that. No,
Yeah.
that's the old way of doing things. These days, when business partners are looking to work with you, when companies hire you for your products and services and anything like that, they're looking to get an end result.
Mhm.
And what is that
Yeah,
end
yeah.
result? How you get to that end result is your expertise, but you're promising them that I'm going to help you get there, that result. So if, let's just say I'm an AI expert, and
Mm-hmm.
I go to a local business, let's say it's a hotel or a restaurant or something like that, and they sit down and they have a chat with me. It's like, show me your AI certification. It's like, well, what's the point of that? Well, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you are looking for, Mr. or Mrs. Business, that you want to accomplish? Well, we want, our since COVID, our profitability has been down. We are not getting as many customers, and we want to use to make sure our website is enhanced. We make sure our marketing is our emails are enhanced, and all of that stuff. And we want to use AI for that. It's like, okay, I can definitely use AI plus my experience of how to use AI to be able to impact your result. And I will guarantee you, you're going to see a 20% uptick on your blah, blah, blah. That
Mm-hmm.
is what they want.
Yeah,
Use whatever
yeah.
tools you want. But that's ultimately so the only people looking for certification because they want to prove to somebody is because they're looking to market their services. If you're looking to market their services, that's great. You can do that, but that doesn't need to be something that you hang your hat on. It's like, I don't have certification, so I cannot do this. I'll tell you, for the past 12 years, I have done
Mm-hmm.
things without necessarily having a degree in it, without
Yeah.
having. I work with stocks and options traders. These people are trading hundreds and thousands of millions of dollars. I don't have a
Mm-hmm.
finance degree. I don't have a
Mm-hmm.
finance degree on it to be able to, but I'm working with them
Yeah.
because I can help them get the end result. Right? That's what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
So true. Yeah. Well, you can also prove your skills by building like a portfolio, right, of your work.
There you go.
And also, yeah, that's true that results speaks louder than certificates. And you can show what you've done, what you've built, how you've helped people, right? And for digital marketing, you can also show the campaigns or results from campaigns that you've had, right? So
Exactly.
there are so many ways to prove about the skills, right?
Remember, your clients are interested in results, and
Yes,
whatever you can do to showcase that you can help them get results, then you're in.
yes, yes. And also for like video creation, you can also create like some videos and show them that you created them, right? And you can show them that you use some AI tools about like
Mhm.
that. So yeah.
Mhm.
So what are the best resources to learn new skills? Another great question.
Wow. What are the resources to learn new AI skills? Is that what
Yeah,
the
no,
question is, or just learn new skills?
AI skills or any other skills. Yeah, new
I
skills.
think one of the best things that people can do, these days to
Mm-hmm.
especially learn about, social media or AI tools and all of that stuff is really by inserting themselves in environments that require that. For
Mm.
example, number one is, one of my biggest learnings in social media came when I needed to use it for my business, for my brand, and all of that stuff. I needed to showcase my skills. I didn't go out to get a social media course. I just
Yeah.
started by learning it and by learning people who were ahead of me, people who
Mm.
had been using social media and the way they were using it. I asked them questions like, hey, what should I do? They said, do this, 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 this. I did it. So working with mentors and guides and coaches has always been part of my equation over the past 10, 12 years. It doesn't matter what industry I get into. So I think the
Yeah.
best way for you to learn even AI or any new skills is by inserting yourself in an environment that requires you to use those skills. And
Yeah.
this way you're not passively sitting back and just grabbing a book and just learning something. You're
Mhm.
actively using and learning at the same time. And if you insert good guidance there or blueprints like coaches and mentors, all of a sudden you're accelerating through that thing. However, when we're talking about tools, okay, in addition to YouTube, of course, there are, Udemy has courses as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coursera, you mentioned as well, has
Mhm.
courses. I'm actually taking a reading financial statement course
Mm.
on Coursera.
Yeah.
I have people who read financial statements for me and interpret it for me, but I'm
Mhm.
just curious. I'm like, hey, I just want to learn this thing, and it's just a personal thing that I'm doing, and I'm doing it on Coursera
Mhm.
instead of going to, university or college and getting a 2-year degree
Yeah.
on that.
Mhm. I've done some Coursera course too, And there are some
Yeah.
free courses there as well, right? So,
Yeah.
so yeah. And I think you can also find communities or groups or Facebook or LinkedIn, right? Where you can learn from others. There's also the LinkedIn Learning. Have you heard about that? For
Of
more
course.
professional
Yes.
development courses, yeah, they do have that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is such an amazing tool, and it's created by people who are in those fields. So, absolutely.
Yeah. So here's a really important one. What skills should I focus on learning? So some people are confused what they
Oh
want to
man,
learn.
I'm very biased on this one. Um, I'll tell you, and it may not be something that you think that you need to focus on, but number one thing is communication and speaking skills.
Yeah.
I think if you can develop that, and if you can learn it, if you're going to invest your time, energy in learning something, do that.
Mhm.
Because, you know, specific tech skills or specific skills will come and go, kind of thing, right? Like, you
Mhm.
learn Python coding language, a few years ago,
Yeah.
and there was a big demand for that. And right now
Mhm.
it's just kind of, I don't even hear that word anymore. So,
Yeah.
so communication and speaking skills, I think, are great. Whether you're building your own business or you are building,
Mhm.
or you're in your job, or you're anywhere, or you're dealing with your children or
Mhm.
your spouse, I think communication and speaking skills will come in handy.
Mhm.
That's number one for me. Number two, if you really want to dive deeper somewhere, for me,
Mhm.
is study your brain. Yes, study how your brain functions. And I'll tell
Yeah.
you, I'm not joking about this. I'm not joking about this because I truly do feel that in this day and age where so much is going on in our lives, in our personal lives, in our professional lives,
Mhm.
and in all the online lives, like the world is changing so fast.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going into depression. A lot of people are going into freeze mode. Their brain is going into fight or flight mode, kind of thing.
Mhm.
But when you truly understand how your brain functions,
Mhm.
you actually you're actually at a place that say, and when fear rises up, you're like, oh, I actually know this is fear rising up, and you know
Yeah.
what's going on in the brain, and you also know how
Mhm.
to counter it, right? So a lot of
Yeah.
people become victims of their circumstances, of this world, and of the interest rates going up and property values going up, and oh my gosh, my income is not
Mhm.
going up, and I have to start a
Mhm.
business, but I can't do this. In all that stuff, the biggest asset that they have, if they can learn to optimize their brain and
Mhm.
optimize their mental health, I think it would be really be great, if
Yeah.
they can do that. Those are the two big things that come to mind. I can keep going down this list.
Yeah.
I think the sales conversations has modified now. It's not about selling anymore. It's really about
Mhm.
having conversations now.
Hmm.
Um, and I think a lot of people are scared, still scared in this day and age. Word sales, all of a sudden, is like,
Yeah.
no, 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 I
Mhm.
don't want to do that. I think it's really about
Mhm.
educating yourself how sales industry has evolved, and people are done with the tactics of hard closes and manipulation and objection handling. Yeah, sure, you need to
Mhm.
handle people's objection, but you have to understand that people live in a different world right now. They have access to this thing called Google, and a
Yeah.
lot of times when you get on a call with people, they might know more than you.
Mhm. Exactly.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
because I swear to God, that's what happens when my wife talks to her doctor. She knows more about the condition than the doctor sometimes, I feel. Just because there's so much data that she's gone through.
Exactly. It's scary as well, right? If you're feeling bad and you Google something, it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. so, so it's
Yeah,
sometimes we exaggerate. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I
Sales,
get it.
sales is very challenging. Yeah, I do agree
Yeah.
with that. And I think it depends on your goals as well. But I always
Mhm.
recommend focusing on skills that will be in demand in the future, right? So that would include AI, automation, data analytics, and digital marketing as well. But beyond that, of course, I agree with you. The soft skills like communication, creativity, and
Mhm.
problem solution, they're just so important as the same thing, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah. So yeah, I think that's all of the frequently asked questions for today. And I hope we answered some of the burning questions out there. And yeah, do you have any other advice or to people, last words, Raza?
I think Julianne, and you're such a fine reflection of this, but we all live in a constantly changing world.
Yeah.
So the only two things that you can rely on and that are guaranteed is that one, there will always be change, right? That's
Mhm.
one. And what was the other one? I forgot. But change is the constant. I always say change is the constant. It doesn't matter what we do, we're always in a changing world. Things that we do today may not exist tomorrow, and so on and so forth. So instead of worrying about it, instead of
Yeah.
being, oh, what if the sky falls and this and that, learn to become adaptable. Learn
Yeah.
to always have confidence in yourself that, you know what,
Mhm.
whatever happens, you'll figure it out, not
Mhm.
because you're the smartest person in the room, but maybe because you have resources, but maybe because you
Mhm.
have a network of people around you who will be able to help you. And
Mhm.
I think that's what we need to spend our time building. Not so much about worrying, but being connected and being in communication with people who know other ways. Julie, you've been in the in the online business space and marketing space
Mhm.
for a while, and
Yeah.
and a lot of people who there was once upon a time that you had no idea about any of
Yeah.
this,
Mhm.
and you learned it, you figured it out, and today people come to you for advice on this, and I think it
Mhm.
requires a bit of an open mind. A
Yeah.
closed mind is that's going to constantly be worried. So if you can come with an open mind in this economy and this day and age, I think you're going to do just fine. And I think that's the example that we're going to leave for our kids as
Mhm.
well. On consistently, continuously focusing on developing themselves, keep an open
Mhm.
mind, and know that the world will always keep changing.
Yeah. I totally agree. That's beautiful. Yeah. And yeah, I agree that the world is changing fast and AI is becoming a tool that everyone can use, right? But
Mhm.
regardless of your background, keep learning, just stay curious and remember that you don't need a diploma to succeed or a certificate to succeed on something. You just need to be you just need to learn the right skills and have the determination to make things happen. So yeah,
Absolutely.
that's a very nice um, answers from you. Those are very, very nice answers from you. So
Awesome.
thank you so much, Raza, for joining me today. And yeah, I hope we could do this more often. Don't wait for my hair to change again. Maybe
Again, we're going to do
after
it every
3
quarter.
every quarter. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
yeah,
No, it's always a pleasure, Julie. Thank you so much for having me, and keep it rocking. And hope your listeners benefit from our conversation.
yes, for sure they did. So, and to all of you watching live, thanks so much for joining us. And until the next time. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Raza.
Bye.